guys. We need to clear up this whole Real Madrid and Manchester United transfer story around Aurélien Tchouaméni. Today, Florentino Perez finally spoke out. Madrid's president, sure, elections are coming, but he holds the power right now, and everyone expects him to stay right there. And the entire situation with Tchouaméni was completely cleared up by Perez himself. He stated, "I believe Tchouaméni will stay at the club this summer. Absolutely, definitely." He said the exact same thing about Federico Valverde. We heard Valverde rumors, plus serious transfer talk around Tchouaméni. Perez says they are staying. Anyway, what is up everyone, and welcome back to United Focus. Bringing you the absolute latest Manchester United transfer news. The updates keep flooding into Old Trafford. We have fresh details on Ederson, a huge winger target, Marcus Rashford's future, a massive financial windfall, and a huge FIFA cash boost heading toward United. Let's dive straight in. We will start right where everyone is looking today. Manchester United just made their first official move for AC Milan's Rafael Leão. He spent 7 years there. He hit 145 goals and assists in 291 games, becoming an elite European attacker. But Milan suffered a rough campaign. They missed out on Champions League football and are now staring down a total squad rebuild. Leão was heavily tipped to leave the Italian side, and he just officially announced his departure from the club. Here is exactly what we know today. United reached out to Leão's agents. A formal offer is not on the table yet, but this transfer is gaining serious momentum. AC Milan demand over £50 million to let him walk. Crucially, his absolute dream destination is the Premier League. Reports suggest if Manchester United show real intent, he will flash the green light without a single second thought. Leão himself has openly admitted his deep affection for the Red Devils before, saying he grew up watching them because of his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo, though he also named Arsenal as a favorite. So yes, Arsenal are definitely lingering. United need to move fast and strike hard if they want to win this massive transfer race. Right now, United's biggest targets are a game-changing winger built just like Leão, alongside a completely dominant central midfielder. Ederson locks down that midfield role. Leão fixes the wide attacking problem perfectly. Land both, and United's entire setup is totally reborn. Now look at this massive update that dropped today. This is seriously exciting stuff. Manchester United just agreed a £38 million deal for the Atalanta midfielder, and the Brazilian anchor will sign a massive long-term contract over at Old Trafford. Word is, the official announcement drops in the next few days. The final transfer fee is now supposedly locked at £34 million. And this next detail tells you absolutely everything you need. Ederson demanded United from the jump. He made them his ultimate priority since day one, slamming the door shut on any other interested clubs entirely. He wants to play here. He is arriving. United's first summer signing is totally a done deal. But hear this clearly, Ederson is not the end of United's midfield rebuild. Not even close. Michael Carrick wants to sign at least 2, maybe even 3, central midfielders this window. They have to replace Casemiro and build serious squad depth before hitting the Champions League again. Ederson is just the launch pad, not the finish line. Still heavily in the mix for those extra midfield roles. Nottingham Forest's Elliot Anderson remains a huge target. Plus, Newcastle's Sandro Tonali is also being closely watched. West Ham's Matheus Fernandes made the shortlist, right alongside Brighton's Carlos Baleba. Then there is the absolute dream Madrid's Aurélien Tchouaméni, the perfect long-term heir to Casemiro's midfield throne. A massive summer of midfield transfers is rapidly approaching. Let's talk cash, because United sit in a seriously powerful financial spot entering this massive transfer window. We mentioned United repaid £110 million on credit, freeing up £250 million. But on top of that, even more cash is arriving. United will share a £263 million FIFA fund, rewarding clubs with players at this summer's World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. United will be heavily featured at the tournament, with plenty of first-team stars lacing up their boots, which means a massive chunk of that payout heads straight back to Old Trafford. And honestly, there might be even more. Mason Greenwood is out on loan at Marseille, but he might just hand Manchester United a massive financial boost. French paper L'Équipe reports Marseille are facing a serious threat. They could actually get kicked out of the Europa League over their terrible financial mess. The French football watchdog might even slap a strict wage cap on them. If things keep getting worse in France, United might end up cashing in on Greenwood much earlier than expected. Add up the credit lines, FIFA payouts, and those incoming transfer fees, Manchester United have massive spending power this summer. Then there is Marcus Rashford. Honestly, the newest update here is absolutely brutal for him. Technically, Barcelona still have until mid-June to trigger their £26 million buyout clause and sign Rashford for good. However, Newcastle just sold Anthony Gordon for £70 million, and the Spanish giants have clearly lost interest. Because of that, triggering Rashford's clause looks highly unlikely now. And this is exactly why Rashford is entirely stuck. Reports say the United attacker flat-out refuses to join Newcastle or Tottenham this summer. Both Premier League clubs were ready to step in if Barcelona walked away. From what we hear, Rashford demands Barcelona or absolutely nothing. He does not care about any backup options on the table. Manchester United, on the other hand, flatly refused to lower their asking price for Barcelona. The clock is ticking down to that mid-June deadline, and right now, Rashford might be forced right back to Old Trafford, with his career stuck in total limbo. This whole transfer drama is about to explode any day now. Meanwhile, Manchester United are already pushing hard to upgrade their roster, gearing up for a massive return to Champions League football next year. They are aggressively building out the squad, ensuring they have the depth needed when those Tuesday night Champions League matches finally return. The recruitment team at Old Trafford has circled central midfield as their #1 priority going forward, with the chance that we could easily see up to 3 fresh faces land in that midfield role, especially if Manuel Ugarte follows Casemiro straight out the exit door in the coming months. Word on the street is the Red Devils want a massive world-class star to replace Casemiro. Add 2 cheaper squad players to that and you have a total midfield rebuild. United are actually edging closer to grabbing a bargain from that lower tier in Ederson, with the club practically on the verge of signing a contract with Atalanta for under £40 million, bringing the Brazilian star to Manchester. Now the rumor mill is spinning with other budget options, with Hayden Hackney over at Middlesbrough being mentioned constantly. Apparently Michael Carrick is highly recommending him behind closed doors. Southampton midfielder Shea Charles is another championship name floating around. He came through the Manchester City Academy under Jason Wilcox, who later dragged him down to the Saints in 2023. If United wrap up deals for Ederson and another cheap midfielder, the ultimate goal is hunting down an absolute elite replacement for Casemiro. The Red Devils are ready to open the vault for the perfect fit. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano just confirmed that Real Madrid anchor Aurélien Tchouaméni is the dream target. The board views him as the flawless long-term successor to the veteran Brazilian. Speaking on YouTube, Romano claimed Manchester United view Tchouaméni as the absolute perfect midfield engine to take over for Casemiro. Arriving from Real Madrid, he already shares that same ruthless winning mentality. He is an elite international star. He breaks up play and he scores goals. Old Trafford loves him, but they face 2 massive hurdles. First up is his wage packet, which is absolutely astronomical. And the second roadblock? Real Madrid keeps shouting from the rooftops and whispering behind closed doors that they are keeping Aurélien Tchouaméni. So, pulling off a blockbuster transfer for Tchouaméni means United have to aggressively negotiate his massive salary expectations right away with the player, while the 2 giant clubs battle it out over an enormous transfer fee. Manchester United have swung and missed on plenty of transfers since Bruno Fernandes walked in back in 2020, but landing Tchouaméni would easily be their biggest masterstroke since the Portuguese star signed. Casemiro sits firmly on the success side of that list. But remember, he was 30 years old when the Red Devils bought him. The French powerhouse, Tchouaméni. Like Romano pointed out, the French star is a proven winner with nearly 200 matches for Real Madrid and 50 caps for his country. You do not hit those numbers without being a genuinely spectacular talent, and without a doubt, he sits at the top of the summer target list for Casemiro's throne, ahead of names like Elliot Anderson or Newcastle's Sandro Tonali. Pulling off this transfer won't be easy, since Real Madrid are desperate to keep him, but if they actually secure him for £70 million, it would be a massive statement of their ambition.